Students were given the post-formative assessment over Unit 5 fractions last week. This post-formative allows me to see what needs to be retaught and what's been mastered. Maybe a whole standard needs to be retaught to the whole class, or just maybe a small strategy group needs to learn a portion of the standard, or possibly just an individual student will need some help. So this guides my instruction for the rest of the unit. The summative assessment will be given after spring break. Neither one of these assessments will appear on this third quarter grade card that you'll be receiving. They will both show up on the fourth quarter grade card. The new test, the summative test, will be probably March 20th. We'll see how much reteaching needs to be done after spring break. As you go through the assessment with your child, you'll notice that the first 19 problems are selected response, so they can use what's available to them, like on number 13 here, the number line, to figure out which answer of the selected response, A, B, C, or D, is correct. Then when they get down into number 20, these are constructed responses, where again they still need to use the number line, but then they need to write out an answer and explain the answer. Like in this situation on number 20 for section B, many of the students got the correct answer. They put that the dot on the number line was 6/8, but they didn't explain using the words numerator and denominator in their part B of their answer. So explaining that the denominator is the bottom number and it represents all the sections on the number line, the numerator is the top number, and it represents the exact point where the dot is. The same thing here on number 21. There's several steps to this problem. So for A, they were supposed to shade in the figure on the right to have it match the figure on the left. Then they were supposed to tell the two equivalent fractions. So the figure on the left is 1/4. The part they were supposed to shade in on the right is 2/8. And then they were supposed to explain how they knew those were equivalent. Here again on number 22, they were supposed to use the word denominator in their answer and numerator to help explain. On number 23, there were two parts again. They were supposed to divide the number line into fourths, which we've done on other problems, but then label each of the fourths too. So 0/4, 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4. And then number 24, they could use the number lines on the right to help them fill in the box on the left, which would be, they would put a 3 in the box because 1/3 is equal to 2/6. If you have any questions about this assessment, please let me know. I've also included a couple of tutorials on the website that you can look at to see how the strategies I've used to explain the different standards. And again, we will test probably March 20th.